back to Senior Travel Adventures. Today, we're going to talk about Morocco. I went to Morocco after my Camino trip, and I had so much fun, so I wanted to share that with you. I thought I was ready for Morocco. I just walked the Camino. I thought I could handle anything. Then my camel stood up, and I screamed out like a baby. This is the Morocco nobody tells you about. 3 hotel rooms in one day, a street dentist pulling teeth in the main square, the road to hell that made everyone scream, and a 78-year-old woman dancing in the desert sand. From Casablanca to Marrakesh, through ancient Medinas and modern chaos, this is my unfiltered story about Morocco. The moment I landed, Morocco started testing me. Customs agents with very stern faces, an airport exchange clerk who took 7 lifetimes to give me dirhams because she was too busy on her phone. Then came my first Moroccan surprise. After you grab your luggage, you have to put it through another X-ray screening before you can leave. Who knew? My shuttle driver to the hotel was this sweet, scraggly old man with missing teeth. When I attempted my best Arabic, Masalama, his face lit up with one of the biggest grins. It was one of those magical travel moments that remind you why you do this. The hotel, that first night, actually lovely. 4th floor room, palm trees around, a lit pool. Sure, the decor screamed 1990s, but after all that international travel, comfort is king. After a very interesting transfer, I arrived the next morning at my Rabat hotel, which started grand. Opulent lobby, views of the pool and the river, a stunning symphony hall just across the water. But you look a little closer, you see the mildew, the dirty carpet, the signs of a grande dame needing serious attention. Then the power went out. Hours passed in increasing heat with no air conditioning. My tour manager finally arrived. We're moving you. The new room? Even worse. Grimy, with the broken TV literally hanging off the wall. I declined. When my power flickered back on in my original room, I staged a return, only to discover the AC was now completely dead. Room number 3 became my home. Adequate. The view was still great, but with the insects, the window had to stay closed. 3 hotel rooms in one day. Welcome to Morocco. Morning redeemed everything. The chef personally scrambled eggs with cheese, bacon, yes, even in a Muslim country, and sautéed mushrooms. Perfection. Next, the tour took us to the Royal Palace, wrapped in golden doors and intricate tile work that practically glowed in the sun. But you can't go inside. Very VIP only. But standing at those gates feels like standing at the edge of a storybook. Then the Hassan Tower and the mausoleum of Muhammad V. The unfinished tower rises like a giant bookmark in the skyline, a reminder of an ambitious dream halted centuries ago. The mausoleum gleams in marble and carved cedar. Inside, the guards stand perfectly still. And don't try to take a selfie with them. I got scolded. The Kasbah was a maze of alleys where daily life hums. The scent of cumin and mint tea drifting through the windows. Artisans hammering in tiny workshops. Walls of sun-washed gold where every turn reveals another slice of everyday magic. but my heart broke at the sight of so many stray cats. Some were in terrible condition. One tiny kitten lay fading in the sun, barely able to stand. I reunited it with its mother in a makeshift shelter. The locals do try to care for them, but there are just so many. I can't help it, but I still think about those cats. So, en route to Fez, we stopped at a winery that could have been plucked from California. Golden grass, distant mountains, the whole aesthetic. Lunch was served outside under tent canopies. We started with rosé, which was surprisingly decent, though I could have done without the hair baked into my piece of bread. Gross. The main course was chicken with livers, lemon, and olives. Acceptable. Though Moroccan chicken seemed universally dry. But the red wine, excellent. Our table became the life of the party, finishing not only our bottles, but liberating unopened ones from all the other tables around us. No wine goes to waste in Morocco. Fez, that's where Morocco's soul gets deep. This is the country's oldest imperial city. The Medina is a UNESCO maze of 9,000 narrow lanes, crowded souks, ancient mosques, and doorways that look carved by the storytellers. This was once the spiritual and intellectual capital of Morocco, home to the world's oldest continuously operating university. You feel that energy the moment you step inside. Led by a city guide, we navigated dark passageways, learned about carpets, and had a delicious lunch, then visited the tannery. It smelled so bad, they provided mint to put up your nose. One thing, the vendors were relentless. 6 wallets for $20, then 8 for $20 in a final effort. They followed us right to our bus. One actually tripped another woman on our tour on purpose. I threatened him with physical violence. That evening brought one of the trip's highlights, dinner in a local home where 2 sisters and their mother cooked traditional meals. Couscous with vegetables and beef, pumpkin, and the most delicious raisin dish. One sister showed us how to roll the couscous into balls and eat it. She fed one to my friend Bunny, and I got it on video. Take a peek. This is the authentic Morocco every visitor should seek out. Halloween brought our journey from Fez to Casablanca with a stop in Meknes. This drive? Pure torture. Curvy, windy, bumpy roads designed to test every ounce of motion sickness resistance. The bus hit bumps that made everyone scream. Those with wine bottles in their luggage sweated profusely. My far back seat over the wheels turned this into my personal nightmare. I traveled with Gate 1 Travel, and they need better warnings about these drives. The countryside rolled by. Olive trees, dust, sheep with shepherds, overloaded vans that looked ready to pop, run-down towns with crowds sitting outside small shops and cafes. Something odd to an American. No women ever sitting at these cafes. Turns out these spaces are historically male domains due to cultural traditions. And a strange haze hung over everything. We arrived at the Roman ruins Volubilis around 10:30 a.m. to bright, unforgiving sunshine. Volubilis is an ancient Roman city, nearly 2,000 years old and still standing proud. The mosaic, somehow still vivid after centuries, told stories of gods and everyday life. Columns reached towards the sky. The archway framed a horizon that made you pause. But everything sits completely exposed. No shade anywhere. I had on my hat, but nothing on my arms. And no sunblock. The gravel terrain was more strenuous than expected. Again, tour companies really need to prepare people better for what to expect. Several people were seriously ill that day, and that was due to motion sickness. They should have been allowed to sit at the front of the bus, not banished to the back where every bump amplifies the misery. People don't want to be miserable on their vacations. Next, we headed to Casablanca. The Hassan II Mosque in Casablanca is a masterpiece. Built between 1986 and 1993, it sits on an artificial platform right at the edge of the Atlantic Ocean. It looks like it's floating on the sea. In fact, your brain actually needs a minute to process its scale. This mosque can hold up to 150,000 worshipers. The minaret soared high, the marble glowed, and the hand-carved cedar ceiling stretched out like a work of art that you could stare at all day. Although not required, I covered my head with a scarf out of respect. We went inside, we removed our shoes, and viewed the beauty surrounding us. It was truly magical. And then Rick's Cafe. Yes, that Rick's. From the outside, it's small, cute even, but it's more of a wink to movie lovers than an actual cinematic moment. Still, there was something fun about pretending Bogart might walk out, cigarette in hand. The big question: would we make our desert camel ride after the long drive to Marrakesh? By the skin of our teeth, we did. The desert was spectacular. The camel ride, an absolute hoot. I screamed when my camel stood up. That lurching motion was terrifying, but I loved every single minute. I am riding a camel. Yes, I am. That's my friend Jeanette back there. Yeah, hello. I'm riding the camel in the desert. From there, we visited an argan oil cooperative, then headed to a desert camp where they served excellent food in traditional tagines. A small fire show and live music topped off the evening. Bunny, the 78-year-old who'd broken her leg just a year before, got up and danced with the performers, joined by Jonette out of solidarities. My friends Eric and Barbara laughed and clapped along. This is Morocco. So now, time for Marrakesh. We saw the Tower of Koutoubia, visited Bahia Palace with its carved wood that deserved hours of concentration alone. From there, a lovely cafe for mint tea where we celebrated a couple's wedding anniversary. And then I met up with my greeter guide, Abla, for a brand collaboration. We explored the souk and Medina while photographers documented our adventures. How fun! This was an amazing experience.
Absolutely.
I had so much fun. I could not have done it without Abla. She was a wonderful greeter. I had such an amazing time looking at these beautiful pictures, gold, lights, everything that Marrakesh has to offer. And Greeter made it all happen with this lovely young lady.
Thank you, my pleasure. And of course, I hope you enjoyed every scent here, every color.
Yes, when we went and we got the special bits and the saffron, that was perfect. We loved it. So it was wonderful.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Abla was lovely as she provided history and colorful commentary throughout. The main square delivered pure chaos. Snake charmers swaying to their flutes. And brace yourself. A guy sitting at a card table, displaying dentures and a bucket of loose teeth, armed with 2 pairs of pliers. Sadly, I do not have a picture. Apparently, if you have a bad tooth, you come to the square where this street dentist will yank your tooth out for a fee. Abla told me that on busy days, teeth literally litter the ground around the table. I cannot unsee this image. I was determined to experience a traditional Moroccan bath, a hammam, even if it meant venturing out on my only free evening. Google Maps told me it was an 8-minute trip. Simple, right? Wrong. 35 minutes later, I'm still in a cab, and the driver keeps turning around asking, "Which way? You know?" I'm basically navigating using my phone while he's driving, holding up the map like I'm his personal GPS system. Then comes the grand finale. He drops me off at the wrong hammam. Of course he does. Back into another cab I go. And the experience, it doesn't quite redeem the journey. It's just okay. But hey, I can say I experienced a hammam. And for me, not again, not my thing. The coastal town of Asora, or Sora in Arabic, brought stunning fortress views despite raging winds that kept blowing my hat off. But it was worth battling the breeze. I found an adorable cafe serving carrot, lentil, ginger soup and strong ginger lemon tea. Perfect, because one of the other tour participants shared their cooties with me. Now I was dealing with a bit of congestion and a sore throat. Note, please don't go on your tour if you are sick. When nature called, one restaurant refused me bathroom access despite my offer of 2 dirham. They finally relented after making me buy a tiny espresso for that same amount. Peculiar. But I got to go. Back in Marrakesh, still under the weather but masked up, I attended our farewell dinner. Easily one of the best meals of the trip. Perfectly prepared chicken and truffle mashed potatoes, outstanding salmon carpaccio, and really good wine. But here's the real magic. This was my 5th Gate 1 tour as a solo traveler. One of the best parts? The people. Holly and Key, fellow cat lovers. Barbara and Bunny, proof that adventure has no age limit. Enrique and Kristen, a Costco love story. Yes, really. My friend Eric, a true Southern gent. Jeanette, Tony, Manda, Melissa, and Mark, celebrating 40 years of marriage. Jennifer, Dory Zori, and their crew. So many incredible travelers. These connections transform a trip into something unforgettable. You're not just seeing Morocco, you're experiencing it with people who become your travel family. We all expressed our gratitude to our tour guide, Ezzedine, with plenty of hugs to go around. My final morning brought me to the Marrakesh airport by taxi. Ryanair's boarding process is an adventure unto itself. But they were on time, and the plane actually landed early. The city bus of the sky delivered. My next stop was London. Would I return to Morocco? Likely. The Blue City and more time in Marrakesh both really intrigue me. But my travel list is so long and there are so many places I haven't seen yet. Morocco was beautiful, frustrating, fascinating, dirty, elegant, chaotic, and utterly unforgettable. The contrast defined the experience. Opulent hotels with mildew, pristine streets beside trash-strewn roads, warm hospitality along street-side dentists, ancient medinas, and modern construction. It's a country in transition, holding tight to tradition while reaching for modernity. And that's exactly why it makes it worth experiencing. just maybe pack some extra stomach medication, bring that trekking pole, and prepare yourselves for roads that test your motion sickness limits. Morocco doesn't coddle tourists. It challenges them, rewards them, and sends them home with stories they'll tell for years. And always sit towards the front of the bus. Trust me on this.
If you're living with spinal stenosis, sciatica, or any other spine issue, you're not alone. And you do have options.
I was flat on my back.
Kind of severe back pain.
At Excel Health, we offer a free MRI review with experienced, fellowship-trained spine surgeons.
I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm active, so
Our minimally invasive procedures mean most patients are walking just hours after surgery. Call Excel Health today and let's talk about what we can do for you.
Hi, my name is Ford. I'm a graduate gemologist and the founder here at Gold Standard. Bring me your jewelry, watches, coins, even sterling silver flatware. I buy it all.
Selling your personal jewelry can be really intimidating. The biggest importance, I feel, is the trust factor. I never had to worry about what my jewelry was, how it was being handled. It was done quickly. You can find a great experience at the Gold Standard Company.
Call 323-401-GOLD today.
Thank you for watching Senior Travel Adventures. This is truly my pleasure to be here and host this show. I have an exciting announcement. In addition to creating this content, which I fully plan to keep doing, I have become a travel advisor. Not the one that goes out and tries to sell, but the one who helps their family and friends fulfill their travel dreams, along with my own. So at the end of the show, I'll put up my contact information, which remains the same. But if you're looking to book something and you want some advice or you need help, feel free to reach out to me. I'm more than willing and happy to help my viewers at any time. But I'm not here to sell travel. I'm here to promote travel. I'm here to promote being the adventurer that you want to be and can be at this point in our lives. I call myself the ageless adventurer. I'm going to go till I can't go any further. And I try to encourage my audience to do the same. In coming segments and episodes, I'm going to talk about accessible travel. I'm going to talk about if you do have physical issues, how you can still go and see wonderful places around the world. I'm going to talk about sustainable travel, don't adding to the world, even taking things away. In the past, I've talked about volunteer travel. That's something that as we get to these stages in our lives, we should potentially consider doing. There's so much need, not only in our own country, but in many places around the world. And there's multiple organizations that can help you find the right volunteer opportunity to help you. I recently participated in a DIY trip summit about Europe. Some of that information is free and can be shared outside of the summit, and it was really great. There was a segment about Portugal. I'm going to have her on my show. There was a segment from a company called The Good Life Abroad. I'm going to have him on the show, and I'll tell you why up front. They offer long-term stays in main cities in various parts of the world, like Barcelona, Edinburgh, London, and it's designed for over 55 travelers, where they give you a solo travel or a travel community, either in the same building or in a vicinity, and have events so that when you get to one of these locations, you can stay 2 weeks or a month or longer and have a pre-built community ready for you. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about The Good Life Abroad here, but he will be on a future episode. I'm going to talk about staying healthy while you travel with a wellness expert on seniors and traveling. So this coming year, 2026, is going to be so busy for me and the show with some really quality information. So I hope you'll continue to tune in. I hope you'll share my information with your friends. Have them follow me on Instagram. I really need some Instagram followers. So if you want to help me, follow at Senior Travel Adventures on Instagram. You'll do me a world of good there. Follow me on YouTube at Senior Travel Adventures. And watch for my newsletter. Subscribe. I'll put the subscription information up at the end. But I'm going to be producing a monthly newsletter that has a lot of great information at no charge. And you can simply sign up, opt out at any time, and don't worry about your data. It's private. It will never be shared or sold by me. I guarantee that to you. You know how I feel about cybersecurity and technology. So I've gone on pretty long, but I really wanted to share all the upcoming things that are going to happen in 2026 because I'm excited and I want you to get excited about it too. So everybody, safe travels, take care, see the world, and enjoy life.